This is simple cooking, healthy meals. I want you to have the same stuff that I do. Eggs and pasta. I'm gonna tell you what's in my pantry. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna go get at the grocery store, and we can make 5 meals out of that. That's pretty damn good. Hi everyone, I have a very special guest here today. My sister, also known as Chef Emily, is here. She's my sister from another father. We don't have the same dad, clearly, but we have the same mom. Anyway, she's here, she's a chef, she's amazing, and she's going to make something a little fancier than what I would usually make. Emily, what are you making?
Chicken Francese is what I'm going to be making today.
Cool.
And showing everyone else how to make it as easy as possible, I think. It's pretty easy. And it sounds fancy.
It certainly does. Yeah.
So.
You showed me how to make this ages ago when you were still living in New York, and I thought I was super cool and fancy because I learned something so French. It was kind of nice. First question is, for me, I'm vegetarian. I don't really do the meats. What do I do here in this situation? We're gonna make it for you because there's meat eaters out there, but what could I do to still make it with that sauce? Because the sauce is really what's so good.
Yeah.
But make it veg.
I mean, I think you could probably substitute the chicken for something, let's say like a portobello mushroom cap or something. Mm-hmm. But still, you would need to use the heavy cream and the cheese and the egg to really get that full flavor. Okay.
Okay, egg. I can do egg. I tried to do vegan for a while, but the egg is what got me. The cheese, you know, I can. There's some good vegan cheese, and then
that might be another episode. We're gonna do broccoli Francese with vegan cheese.
Well, so instead of heavy cream, like heavy cream is never something I have in my fridge.
Okay. Yes.
So tell me, what do I do?
It's very French. For heavy cream, I mean, the thing about heavy cream is the fat content. It looks like a liquid. You think, oh, I can just use milk instead, but it's actually the fat in it that we need to find a substitute for. So I don't know, we could try it with olive oil, add olive oil and milk or something. Do you drink milk? You eat milk?
Well, no. I mean, because what I have in my fridge is oat and almond. But usually the almond is like vanilla, but...
Almond has fat. Right?
Almond has fat.
Yeah, so there's fat in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so almond milk will probably work better than oat.
I think so.
Okay, so we could try a vegetarian version. We won't today, but since we have all this stuff, it's my parents' fridge, so they've got half and half in there. I think a little. Yeah. All right, let's get started. Okay, here we go. So we're ready to start cooking. What do we do first?
First, we're gonna cut the cauliflower here and get it ready. We're gonna roast it, and that always takes a while. So we could probably turn the oven. All right. So cauliflower always has these green things on it, and you don't have to take them all off. You can actually eat them. They're just fine. Oh. So I'm gonna trim it a little bit, and for 2 people, I would do about half. This one is kind of small. But that's perfect anyway. And I'm gonna do just about the same size wedges, so they cook evenly.
Okay.
And we just leave them big and rustic like that. Now, just very simple. I just put salt and pepper on it.
Okay.
It's gonna definitely get some color on the bottom too, because the sheet pan gets pretty hot. So now just make sure to get some oil and salt everywhere. And then in the end, we're gonna put the asparagus probably on the same tray.
So chopping asparagus?
Chopping asparagus?
I mean, not chopping?
We're just
cutting off the ends.
Trim the asparagus, yeah.
Okay.
It usually always has 2 rubber bands. And so just leave the bottom one, and then you wanna cut in about 2 inches of the bottom, believe it or not, because that stuff is it's like wood. You can't eat it.
And then what do we do with these? They go in the...
These are gonna go they're gonna get salted with a little bit of olive oil, and we can put it on the same sheet pan as the cauliflower is roasting. And if we time it right, they'll be both ready at the same time.
Okay, and what do we add anything?
Just need salt and olive oil.
Salt and olive oil?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Next, we're gonna chop everything up for the sauce. The garlic, the parsley. Then we're going to shred or grate some of the Parmesan cheese. And our chicken here is ready. It's just 2 small chicken breasts. You don't really need to do much with it. If you get one of the big ones, definitely I would cut it in half.
Butterfly it.
Butterfly. 2 garlic cloves. And you know, you just smash it.
It's so old.
Usually it makes a sound. Apparently it doesn't. But smashed. Chopped. Finely chopped garlic and then finely chopped parsley. They go together well anyway because supposedly parsley prevents bad breath from the garlic.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if that's why they always put it with it.
Maybe. Feels French.
Okay.
Okay, so garlic is chopped. Next
Same
up,
with the parsley.
parsley. So when you chop parsley, what are sort of some pointers? Because I feel like it just always turns into one mushed piece and they all kind of still stick together. They're not actually pretty and separated. You need a really sharp knife.
Well, a sharp knife is key. Also, parsley being dry would help a lot. But if you just
sorry,
washed
I just washed it.
then...
Should I want to get a towel? Dry it off again.
No, I mean, it's okay. It goes in the sauce and then it'll disperse just fine. So now we're going to do the batter.
Yeah.
We're going to take 2 eggs. 2 people, 2 eggs. So 1 egg per person, I would say. And then, like, I would say, let's do a shot of half and half each. So.
Okay.
About like that.
So grate the Parmesan cheese. Should I can do that.
Just grate it right in there, unless you want to.
Right into it?
Yeah. Now, we're going to use the flour to coat the chicken.
So it's kind of like a schnitzel.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost, you just need it to be dry for the batter to adhere, so, right? So we just dry it off and then soak it in the batter. So just enough to cover both pieces of chicken, I would say. And important also is to season the chicken itself.
And pepper.
Yeah.
So just into there.
Into here.
Okay.
Okay.
So you dunk those in there.
And then our pan hopefully is hot. So the olive oil and the butter is ready, medium high. You can hear it bubbling. And the easiest way is to just use your hands, use your fingers, and take it out of the batter. Okay, as much as possible on there.
All right.
Once. There we go.
Raw chicken. So what do you do with the rest of that? Do you make like eggs out of it tomorrow?
Nope.
Nope.
You'll make more chicken Francese, basically. So you'll see around the edges, it's gonna start getting a little bit brown. You don't wanna touch it, you don't wanna move it around because it'll just break the crust.
So how do we know, are we cooking most of the chicken through here or in the oven? Like how do we know so we don't have super dry chicken?
Well, it's hard to even get it super dry with this because already it's sealed with the batter, and then you sear it, which seals it again, and then it's in the sauce, so it's almost hard to make it dry. I'm seeing the edges are getting kind of crusty, dark, so I'm gonna flip it and tilt it up so the butter and oil go to the bottom and won't splash you. Now we can add all the ingredients for the sauce and start making it.
So you need white, normally you'd use white wine.
White wine.
But we couldn't find white wine, so we're using Prosecco.
Yes, we're very
And, or I guess sparkling wine. Oh, this is Prosecco.
Prosecco.
This is actually Prosecco.
Yeah.
So I'll open it.
Yes. Are you sure you want to
I
open
definitely want to open it. I'm so excited.
it? I'm going to put the garlic in with the chicken now. It needs to cook a little bit. And then we put in the wine to prevent it from burning, right? Because otherwise it'll burn pretty fast.
Okay. So I'm going to open the wine. Oh, it's about to happen.
I know, that's why I said okay, wait, it's fine. Here, look, the garlic.
Perfect.
It's perfect. I told you it smelled good in here too. Okay, so that was a splash.
All right.
So now actually we're waiting for the alcohol to evaporate.
Okay.
And so for the liquid to reduce a little bit, then we put in some chicken stock.
Chicken stock right here.
It's here, okay.
Okay, let me open it. So how do you know? You just until it's basically almost gone?
Until most of it's gone. Otherwise, it'll be sort of a sour. It won't taste very well if you don't let the wine cook out. It'll taste very sort of sour, even bitter.
Okay.
But when most of it is out, once the liquid is gone, then it leaves a wonderful taste. So now chicken stock, let's say 2 shots. Okay. Parsley next. And another little bit of salt and pepper for the sauce. Now we can put it in here. Okay.
Okay.
And finish it in the oven. So you mix flour with water in a little bowl and add it to this sauce and bring it up to a boil, and then it's thick, and then it'll be perfect.
Okay. So it should be kind of look like milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of what you have there, put in about half, and we'll see if that's enough, because if it's too much, then it'll be really thick and pasty and kind of gross. Yeah. And now mix it, and once it boils, that's when it'll thicken. I mean, I would still cook it a little bit more, just to cook out that raw flour flavor.
Okay.
But I wouldn't add any more flour. Yeah.
Cool. Should we check the cauliflower?
Let's check it. Now, color is key with cauliflower, because basically if it's burnt, that means it's ready. That gives it the nice flavor. Now we can turn them around and add the asparagus and put it back in with the chicken. What do you think?
Okay.
And I have olive oil here. And now we want a little bit of salt too. So these will take about 8-9 minutes in the oven.
So that's going in, and the chicken.
And the chicken too.
Okay, so let's check. 10 minutes later.
Let's see what we have. We have asparagus.
Looks
Is
nice.
ready. Yes, this is done. I wouldn't go too much further on the cauliflower. No, it's perfect. This is exactly the way it is supposed to look.
So how do we know
ready.
that the chicken is done without cutting into it?
Well, that's sort of, you get a feel for that, I guess, after doing it a couple times, but basically the resistance of the meat, when you push on it, it should be pretty tough, pretty hard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's it? We're done?
That's it.
Looks great.
Some Prosecco on the side.
Yeah, there we go.